And welcome back to this edition of Mocs News. I hope you had an amazing week. Today kicked off with a major freeze as campus officials postponed classes for a 2-hour delay.
One documentary is detailing the lives of African American astronauts on the moon.
And our Timothy McCurry investigates an event that takes a look at African American history.
I'm Esme Nance.
And I'm Lindy Longstreth. Your news starts now.
Mocs, we hope you enjoyed sleeping in today.
Because of the freezing temperatures and rain, school officials delayed the Friday start of classes by 2 hours. This was a scene on campus, clear blue skies with bitter cold wind. What's next for us? We'll have the chilly forecast later in this newscast.
A gut-wrenching part of African American history is examined in a 2-part event on campus. Our Timothy McCurry has the story.
At the Signal Mountain Room in the UC, 4 faculty members from 2 different departments, Mark A. Johnson and Susan Eckel Mannenberger of the History Department, and Suwani Howard Baspi and Lionel Carlson of the Department of Health and Human Performance, came together to hold an event that would change how medical experiments are conducted forever, the Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment. The experiment began in 1932 in Macaron County, where 600 black men were enrolled into the study. On the first day of the event, which was done on February 18th, the students in the audience took the roles of these poor black men. As the event went on, more and more of these black men were killed by the disease, while the survivors were struck by symptoms that made both their lives and their family lives worse. Shawani talked about how the interactive study was a result of several departments collaborating and how it can help students learn about the past.
I think that was the intention, was to make it interactive, to make it collaborative, to have history and health and human performance and athletic training and different departments come together to think about ways to help students really apply things that have happened historically that we can still see in the present day today.
On the second day of the event, held the next day, the movie Miss Evers' Boys was shown to mostly the same audience of the first day, which solidified the horrors and medical racism that the poor black men in the 40-year-long study faced. Mark thought that the movie made it clear to students why the black men stayed in the study despite it ruining their lives.
But the movie shows the many veils pulled over people's eyes and kind of brought a human aspect to it that the day before did not necessarily have. And it helped answer the question why they continued the study and why people continued to participate.
Even though the event was grim, there was a sense of hope created thanks to learning about these awful events from the past.
I think we feel hopeful after the discussions between yesterday and today. Students were very critical about what they've seen, what they know, what they've read, and I think we provided at least a foundation to continue to have these types of conversations inside and outside of the classroom.
Hopefully the lessons learned here will change how ethical issues related to health are handled, just like how this hellish study led to the passing of the National Research Act, which led to a new generation of ethical and just studies where the subjects are treated as actual people and not just test subjects.
UTC students got to see and hear about bravery against racism here in Chattanooga. This story tracks back to 1980 when 5 African American women were hit with shotgun fire in a drive-by shooting. Members of the Ku Klux Klan were later charged with the crime, and the victims took them to court where the shooters were found guilty of violating their rights. This week, people gathered at Bessie Smith Cultural Center to hear about this struggle as well as celebrate the women's victory. A UTC graduate student found out about this incident and organized the celebration.
A new documentary scheduled to air Monday on the Smithsonian Channel examines the race to get Black astronauts into the heavens while fighting for human rights on Earth. Black in Space, Breaking the Color Barrier shows how astronauts surmounted racial barriers and hostile commanders to get close to the stars. The documentary makers called them the first of the first and the elite of the elite. These aspiring space travelers had to navigate the racial politics of their time while studying cutting-edge science and engineering to compete with others.
This Tuesday, the Office of Student and Family Engagement and the Multicultural Affairs hosted an open mic poetry night called United. The night focused on African American culture and history and featured powerful performances of poetry. UTC students could sign up and perform their own pieces of poetry, music, or read historic selections from famous African American poets. Those who attended could also leave inspirational messages for their friends and peers. The Office of Multicultural Affairs will be hosting more events like this in February. We'll keep you updated.
The Black Student Alliance will be hosting BSA Week next week. They have the week full of events including a basketball tournament, paint night, a give back night at Chili's, game night, and a community service event. For more information on these events, take a look at their Instagram page at UTC_BSA.
On Wednesday, February 26th, the Office of Student and Family Engagement will be hosting UTC Night at Hamilton Skate Place from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. There is free admission and roller skate rental for UTC students only. You must have your UTC ID. Transportation will also be provided. For more information on this event, you can visit their Instagram page at UTC_engage. It is now time for weather.
Our Patrick Redden brings you the latest.
Thanks, anchors. What's up, Mocs? This is Patrick Redden coming at you with your 7-day forecast. You can expect more rain this week, but the weekend's going to be pretty nice. Today, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 47 and a low of 26. Saturday, you can expect mostly sunny skies, but we'll see things warm up with a high of 56 and a low of 31. Sunday, cloudy skies with a high of 55 and a low of 42. Monday, we got more rain. Thunderstorms with a 90% chance of rain and a high of 55, but a low of 51, so it's not going to be too bad. Tuesday, you can expect early morning showers with a high of 61 and a low of 46. Wednesday, expect more of the same with a high of 50 and a low of 32. Things will finally start to clear up on Thursday with partly cloudy skies with a high of 41, low of 27. That is it for weather. I'm Patrick Redden. Back to the news desk.
On Tuesday, the UTC Freshman Senate came together in collaboration with Mocs Dining to host a trivia night at Crossroads. The Taco Tuesday Trivia Night brought students out from 6 to 9 p.m. to compete against their friends. The night offered free games, food, and some light competition. From guessing theme songs, famous shows, and well-known pop culture figures, students can get full of delicious tacos and have a great time all in one place. It's now time for sports.
That's right. We have all the latest news with our Mocs sports teams.
Our Mocs softball team will be hosting the Frost Classic in the Scenic City this weekend.
The tournament will begin Friday, and the ladies of the softball team will play a total of 4 games all weekend.
So far, our Mocs softball team is 2-3 after a very challenging loss last weekend in a home tournament, landing the Mocs with their first 4th losing record at a home tournament since 1994.
Be sure to catch our Lady Mocs today and Saturday at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. at Jim Frost Stadium and the Warner Park Sports Complex. Next, the Mocs wrestling team is having their senior night tonight at 7 p.m. and they will take on the Hoosiers in McKenzie Arena.
This year, the Mocs wrestling team is ranked overall 6-9, but they are 3rd in the SoCon Conference with a record of 4-2.
If you cannot come out to the game, the live broadcast will be on ESPN Plus, and a link will be on Mocs.com.
Chris Goforth reporting play-by-play and Therese Finley as the game analyst. Make sure to come support our Mocs for tonight's senior night. To end us off, the women's Mocs basketball team earned a big win yesterday as they defeated Mercer.
That's right, our 6-foot forward helped the Lady Mocs score 6 of the final 8 points that were scored in the final minutes of this intense game.
The ladies shot and scored 13 points off of Mercer's turnovers. That was a major key to them earning most of the points.
This Saturday, our Mocs face a tough team, Sanford, who are currently 8-3 in the SoCon Conference. Be sure to bring your Mocs spirit to cheer on our ladies basketball team for another win. Now it's time for our entertainment segment.
Our Shirley's Lundy will bring us the latest in entertainment news in 60 seconds with Shirley's.
Thanks, ladies. Last week, I reported that singer Maya was secretly married last December. It turns out it was just a publicity stunt to promote her new music video named The Truth, where she actually marries herself. There were 3 tragic deaths this week also. Actress Esther Scott passed away from a heart attack at age 66. You may know her as the grandmother in You Got Served. Actress Jeanette DuBois passed away at age 74. It was reported that she passed away overnight in her sleep. You may know her from Good Times as Willona Woods. Rapper Pop Smoke was killed this week by a gunshot wound in his home. It had been reported that he was killed in a home invasion. Since then, there had been an update saying that there was a hit out on Pop Smoke. To end on a happier note, LeBron James will release his first children's book in August called I Promise. He will also release a book for middle schoolers in 2021. These books are a part of a 2-book deal he has with HarperCollins Publishers. That's all for this week's 60 Seconds. I'm Shirley Lundy, back to the news desk.
The bad weather didn't keep people away from a campus concert. The Fierce Trio is made up of 3 UTC faculty members who make up a cutting-edge chamber music group. Rhonda Ford plays flute, Erica Schaefer is on trumpet with Jenny Parker. They finished the night with a combination of Casey Musgrave's Rainbow with the Muppets Rainbow Connection.
That does it for this edition of Mocs News. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to check out our website at mocsnews.com to continue following the news throughout the week.
And while you are there, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great weekend from all of us here at Mocs News.